Ah. Okay. The Reach appears to have declared war on us. Over that territory in the Stormlands that belongs to Dawn, I believe. Okay, that's a lot of troops. Right, well, we have about 20,000 men still at our disposal, which is something. Unfortunately, our fleet is a lot smaller. Oh dear, Lord Gilbert of Farring Cross isn't probably not going to help. Neither is Tion of the Westerlands. Although I can request liege intervention, which might be necessary for... Well, hopefully he will intervene in my favour. Oh dear, Princess Taisha of Dawn died in the dungeons of Tion. So our wife has died. That's bad. Actually, oh dear, that might have affected him quite badly because they were actually lovers as well. Shame. But still, Stannis remains alive and well. Unfortunately, my heir is still Stannis. Oh, that'll be Dornish succession laws. Women can inherit. It's the eldest in the line that receives the inherits. I'll probably have to deal with that at some point, but not during a war. So we have about 8,000 men here. I guess we could send them to the Prince's Pass because then they would be able to defend our territory rather well. I think the Prince's Pass is probably one of the ways in which Dawn has been able to fend off invaders over the years. Thankfully, we have another 47 men contributed from Sharp Point, so it's just as well we captured that place recently, losing thousands of men in the process. Ah, yes. Fantastic. So we've essentially done the I'm telling Mom approach to war, and we've... Oh, I lowered them again. Oh, it shouldn't matter too much. They were pretty much all in their starting province when I lowered them. But yes, Robert has intervened in my favour. Thank you. That's the first time any king named Robert has done anything for me. So thank you for that. Now, it would be delightful to fabricate evidence of Lord Paramount Medic's treason. Although it looks as though I can keep on dreaming, because not very many powerful people wanting to back that particular idea. We don't have much of a chance of success assassinating him either. But he is still ill, and he is still old. So maybe he'll do us a favour and die soon. Now, there is a lot of plot power to try and kill his son. His eldest son. He has a younger son. And I see no reason why we can't take him out and leave the younger son to inherit, because all it will mean is a longer period of instability, because the next ruler will be a child for even longer. And obviously that's going to affect their troop counts. I know I reiterate this point, but you know, it's always nice to be kept informed of what I'm doing. Wow, lots of people want this kid dead. Wow. Looks like nobody's going to be reinforcing us in that war that just got cancelled by the king. But everybody's backing my plot. Oh dear. Time passes, yet the world seems unreal. Stannis is somewhat depressed over the loss of his wife. So I can drown myself in wine, women, and song. I can lose myself in books, yeah. Losing yourself in books seems like a good idea, although he is now depressed, which is very inefficient as far as rulership goes. Depression is kind of a bummer, to be honest. Depression really sucks. So now we need to wait a little while to let our army recover. If we're lucky, in the meantime, Lord Paramount Medic of the Reach and the Stormlands will die. That will give us the perfect opportunity to raise our banners and claim the Stormlands, and then we will have 2 Lord Paramouncies under our control, and it's then that we can start making the really big plays and think about how we're going to manipulate politics and our position in a way that we will be able to take control of the throne. You may have noticed while I was talking about this, I've been considering executing my daughter. we're going to leave it be for now, but the problem with her is that she's still classed as my heir, and what will happen with that is that Stannis Jr. will be heir to everything that isn't Dawn, and Stannis will inherit Dawn. What we have now is a chance to throw Robert Meadows off the parapets, so with any luck, he'll die soon. Sorry, that was a little squeaky. Squeaky? Still waiting on Roland to finish falling off that parapet. It's been several days now. Excellent. So he died and nobody knew about it. So, that's cool. That's taken care of. Robert Meadows is dead. So his younger brother now will inherit the throne from, the Reach and the Stormlands. That should lead to greater instability when Medic dies. Excellent. So that part of my plan at least has come to fruition. The next one requires, as does a lot of this game, waiting for the elderly to die, which I know is a pastime of many players of this game. Within the game, I should point out. Many of my viewers surely enjoy the old ritual of waiting for someone to die in the game. Of course, we can see if we can't just give him a little nudge, but the answer is still a resounding no across the board, except for that one guy who really hates him. Interestingly, my relationship with him seems to be quite positive in terms of the in-game diplomacy. I have a reasonably high opinion of him, and he has a decent opinion of me. That's not going to stop me from trying to kill him. Nor should it. Lord Donald of the Vale, who my daughter Stangelina is betrothed to, is almost of age now. Now, it's suggesting that I marry Stannis off to someone, but the problem there is that it would have to be a matrilineal marriage in order for the line to continue, and also everybody who's inherited so far has been named Stannis, not Stannis. There's a very reasonable point to all of this, in that Stannis must sit the Iron Throne. And this is the main reason why my daughter can't inherit. That, and the fact that the territories that I control will be separated. So Dragonstone and the surrounding area will be vulnerable to break off into a separate Lord Paramountcy, or maybe part of the Crownlands, and it's not something you want. Now, I've gotten borders waiting, as you can tell, so we're going to war with South Crackclaw Point. Hopefully we're not going to have to use too many troops. I'm going to see if I can't just manage this with troops from Dragonstone and the surrounding area. If needs be, I will get reinforcements from other territories, but for now... Oh, goodness, that's a lot of troops from Amberley. Wow. Alright, then, yeah, this should probably be enough. So I'm just going to group these troops together. You know the drill by now. It takes an awful lot of manoeuvring to get ready for a war, but you have to announce that the war's happening first before you manoeuvre. You're not allowed to raise troops and then announce that the war's happening. So they have about 2,300 men. I'm guessing that some of those might be sellswords. Although saying that, the morale isn't that low, so I guess it's a combination of sellswords and levies. We have troops coming from King's Landing now to Rook's Rest, which is where their troops seem to be stationed for no discernible reason. In the meantime, what I probably will do is send my Dragonstone troops to South Crackclaw Point to start besieging that place. And if they attack me, so be it. You know, woe betide anyone who does try it. Or, alternately, I could always go for the pincer movement, and I may do that, where if my 3,000 men that's coming up from the south gets into a conflict with those in Rook's Rest, I will happily send my troops from South Crackclaw Point to assist. Now, I would usually expect them to have left that territory, but it seems as though they're content to continue fighting. So we'll send our other troops into the fray. I appear to have done poorly in a tournament. That'll be the Craven trait at work there. So yeah, they have some good commanders in there. They have, because they have, well, they have one who's good at martial, and they also have some hedge knights in there, who's a decent commander. That's one thing that they really do bring, hedge knights, is not so much the numbers, but also the leadership. But it won't save them. We've defeated them largely, and in fact, we've got 100% war score. So there we go. South Cracklaw Point is ours. That was easy enough, wasn't it? Good. Another territory gained. We'll send our Master of Laws to fabricate some claims on Rook's Rest. Oh dear. Every time I lower my troops, I get it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I keep getting it wrong when I lower my troops. Can we move on from this? Look, it's probably just going to keep happening. So let's just neglect this whole mechanic. Nobody wants to see me move troops back home, especially not me. Can't help but notice that my son, actually, Stannis, the fifth of his name? Fourth of his name. He is now the Lord of Lannisport. So he... You see what I mean? If my daughter inherits Dawn, then the Lannisport won't become part of the territories that we control. It'll just be separate under the control of my son, who will also inherit Dragonstone, so... much better to have them all under Stannis' control.